Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a problem that honestly plagues so many design and manufacturing companies, often hiding in plain sight. We're talking about the tangled mess of data that gets trapped in files, slows down innovation, and just causes headaches. So let's untangle how to escape this trap.
And look, to kick things off, let's just start with this voice straight from the trenches. This is a post from a data engineer on Reddit, and wow, does it capture the feeling. You have 4 crucial reports. They're supposed to be looking at the same thing, but the numbers don't match. This isn't just a minor glitch. It's a symptom of a really deep problem that starts with how we've always handled our design data.
You see, that feeling of frustration really points to a fundamental issue, a kind of conundrum at the heart of modern engineering: the CAD file itself. For decades, our entire world has revolved around files, and that mindset, that old way of thinking, is actually creating the very problems we're now so desperately trying to solve.
It really boils down to a clash between two completely different ways of thinking. On one side, you've got file-based thinking. That's where all your energy goes into managing the container, the file. But on the other side, there's data-centric thinking, and there the focus is on the actual information inside that file. One way locks your data up, creates copies, and builds walls. The other lets it flow and leads to one single source of truth.
And this isn't just some high-level theoretical problem. This shows up in the daily grind. I mean, who hasn't felt this pain? You've got people accidentally overwriting each other's work. You have someone wasting an entire day, or worse, sending something to manufacturing because they used the wrong version of a file. And the classic, right? The file you desperately need is checked out by somebody who's on vacation, and your project grinds to a halt. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts.
So you take all those little daily frustrations, and they don't just stay little, they scale up, they compound, and they turn into a massive, expensive business problem. All of these are just symptoms of a much bigger disease, the data silo.
So what exactly is a data silo? Well, think of it like this. It's a pocket of data that only one specific team or department can get to. It's like every team in your company is building its own digital castle with huge walls around it. It makes it nearly impossible for everyone to see the big picture or, just work together efficiently.
In a perfect world, here's the dream. Information just flows. It moves seamlessly in this continuous loop through a product's entire life. From that first idea through all the design and engineering into manufacturing and even out into the field, with the data from the real world feeding right back into the next design. It's a beautiful, virtuous cycle of constant improvement.
But then, there's the reality for most companies. Those silos, they're like giant roadblocks that just break that perfect chain. The design team can't get data to the simulation team without a huge hassle. The manufacturing floor is accidentally working from a design that's 2 weeks old. Every single one of those breaks is a point of failure, a point of inefficiency, and a huge risk.
So how do these roadblocks even pop up in the first place? A huge reason is that we rely on this patchwork of different specialized tools for everything. We call them point solutions. Your mechanical team uses one CAD system. Your electrical team uses another. Your analysis team uses a third. And guess what? None of them were really designed to talk to each other. So you end up with these isolated islands of information all over the company. And the cost of all this disconnection, it's absolutely staggering. The analyst firm IDC did the research, and they estimate that these process inefficiencies, all that wasted time, the errors, the rework, can cost a business up to 30% of its potential revenue. Just let that sink in for a second. 30%. For a lot of businesses, fixing this is like finding a whole new, massive revenue stream you didn't know you had.
All right, that's the problem, and it's a big one. So what's the solution? How do we fix this? Well, it all revolves around this incredibly powerful concept that's becoming a total necessity for success, creating a single source of truth.
Now, a single source of truth, or SSOT for short, it's not a product you can just go out and buy. It's more like a state of being you achieve. It's the practice of bringing all that data from all those different systems into one central, reliable place. It means that everyone, from the engineer on the ground to the CEO in the corner office, is working from the exact same, up-to-date and accurate playbook. No more guessing whose numbers are right.
But getting to that point, it's not just about plugging a few things together. It demands a really fundamental shift in the technology that powers everything.
It's about a move away from that old world of managing documents and files and into the new world of managing pure, raw data. Here's what that tech shift looks like. You've got your traditional file storage. You know it well. Folders inside of more folders. It's rigid, it gets slow. Then you have modern object storage. It's flat. Think of it less like a messy filing cabinet and more like one giant, searchable database. Instead of needing to know an exact file path, everything gets a unique ID and is tagged with all sorts of useful info, which makes it way more flexible and able to scale to insane sizes.
I absolutely love this analogy because it makes it so simple to understand. Object storage is like valet parking. You just hand over your keys. You don't care where the valet parks the car. You just trust that when you need it, they'll bring it right back to you. File storage, that's you in a massive self-park garage, wandering around for 20 minutes, clicking your key fob, trying to remember if you parked on level 3B or 4C.
And that really brings us to the final, critical question that I want you to take away from this. Look at your own organization, at your own team, and ask this. Is your data an active asset that is driving innovation, making you faster and smarter, or is it a passive liability, just trapped inside thousands of disconnected documents, holding you back? Because honestly, the answer to that question could very well define your company's future.